Welcome to the Toy Box. I'm Dexter.
And I'm Marlowe.
And we're the Toy Box Boys. We have had a busy fucking week.
Yeah.
We have had a busy week. Very inspiring week because I don't even know where to start. It was fucking beautiful. We
True.
went to Old Town and we saw
Do we want to say where we were?
No, I'm gonna horse neigh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry, I'm not gonna dox us. We're so safe. But like, we went to a beautiful place, very historic and lovely and quaint and whatnot. And they had so many beautiful murals. Like, every building was just such a work of art that it was so inspiring just to walk there. And it was like, there was so much brick and it was raining and they played Pretty Odd in a fucking coffee shop that we went to. Oh my God. Like, it was just so, that was a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done something like every day this week.
It has been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been doing a lot because, last night, okay, let me back up before I even start. June is a hard month for me, and I forget how depressed I get every June until it's over. And I suddenly, was about to like have my Phoenix Reborn moment, because it's going to be July soon. And all of a sudden, at like midnight last night, I just got really inspired to like sort my shit out and like paint things again. I'm listening to music again. I forgot I like music. And so I put on a bunch of good music and then I taped together maybe 20 Dr. Pepper boxes and reinforced them and created a canvas because I wanted to paint a deer and I don't have any canvases that are that large. So that was fun. I think I've just been doing a lot of stuff lately. Yeah. The deer was a bit of a problem when we started recording because it's still wet and it is as tall as I am. And we don't really have space to put it anywhere. So we've been maneuvering around it. I'll probably add a picture in at some point of it. But yeah, what have you been up to this week? Your guys. Your little furry guys. Do you want to talk about them or no?
Sure.
Okay.
I know I mentioned on the podcast last week that I had this like furry like residential program project and I wasn't feeling that confident in it and I decided to revisit it because I was thinking about it because of the podcast and I decided that I want to limit the species that are existing in this world because I was having difficulty with that. Like, I wasn't sure if I just wanted to do like one species and different breeds or like what. But I decided to limit my species to just domesticated like household pets. No barn animals, no like chickens or stuff like that.
No exotics.
No exotics either.
So no scalies or anything.
No scalies because I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I just started drawing furries not that long ago. Or I've always drawn furries, I guess, but like
you locked in.
I have never really developed my own style for furries, so I'm still trying to figure that out. And so I don't know when like this project will become fully realized, but like I've been feeling very inspired by like Doghouse and like other comics that I enjoy reading, and I really want to start making like a weekly like 4-panel comic. And like I think I need to iron out some stuff, but I do want to start it like relatively soon. Like I'm not sure when yet. I don't have like a timeline in my head, but I do want to get on that like as soon as possible.
Yeah, and
maybe after Art Fight.
Yeah, that would be really good. I think also this is a great way to like cheese pill yourself into like maybe secretly motivating you for salt lines in a way.
Yes.
Without even realizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Kaya came over for a sleepover. I think it was that day.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were watching like ghost hunting videos, which really got me in the mood for salt lines.
There was that, yes.
And because salt lines is ultimately my ghost hunting thing. Like if I had to describe it in 2 words, it would be that.
Yeah.
And I really miss it, and I think I just need to like start doing things and stop like because I like to put everything in like a perpetually planning like
refining and refining. Well, you talked about this with the it was the names and the species of your furry guys yesterday, because I think you refined it really, really well. Like creating this limitation of animals like that you want to pull from has really helped you feel more confident with it. Because I know you mentioned you were like, well, if I start picking out different names for them, I'm just gonna keep doing it and I'm not gonna stop. And I think you've been really good at not only recognizing those behaviors, but also being like, wait, let me do something else. And that's really hard as an artist because you can just sit there in the work in progress phase for literally ever. You
Yep.
know, royal you.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's
me
hard.
specifically as well.
True,
Yeah.
yeah. But like, yeah, you're doing really fucking good at that. Like you're actually making like so much, you know?
Yeah, I think I've been making a lot of progress. I've been like figuring out backstories and like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, I forgot to mention also the reason why I wanted to limit the species in the first place is because there's like a bajillion animals that exist on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I can't pick like out of
Mm-hmm.
all of the animals in the world.
Yeah.
And um but then I was like trying to think of like a name for the comic, and I was like looking up like synonyms for like house and housing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I came across the word shelter, which I don't know how I didn't think of that word.
Mm.
But I came across shelter and I was like thinking about animal shelters,
Yeah.
and like I, you know, I've worked at animal shelters before, and like we had
You ran
like
those shits like the Navy too.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had like cats and dogs obviously, but we also
Mm-hmm.
had birds and rabbits, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we had like smaller rodents and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes even like snakes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just thinking about like animal shelters because it is a residential program, so
Mm-hmm.
it takes place like in like a building similar to a house but also similar to a hospital, which I feel is very animal shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, goddamn, you are so like galaxy brain with this entire fucking project. Like everything that you have told me about it, I'm just like, wow. Like, okay, natural born furry comic maker.
I really
I'm
want to
so
do
hyped.
it really
And you
bad.
will. You're gonna do it so soon. You know? It's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
gonna try. We'll see.
You will. Well, you're doing it now. You literally, dude, you've been drawing Chloe nonstop.
I love
You've been
Chloe.
drawing Chloe nonstop.
I
Because
love
did
Chloe.
we mention that she's the main character in the
She
last
is the
episode?
main
Okay.
character. The story kind of starts with like her being admitted to like an emergency room, and then there's like kind of like a dissociative like fugue state that
Mm-hmm.
she enters, and then she's in the residential program, and it
Yeah.
goes throughout like her days in the residential program,
Yeah.
and like the relationships that she forms and the bonds, and
Yeah.
as well as the conflicts.
And also the pre-existing bonds that
Yeah.
she, you know, ends up becoming a part of.
Yeah.
Which I think you've already like created just such a beautiful atmosphere for like healing and hope and friendship and growth like in these characters, and it's really cool just knowing like the context of well, yesterday we were working on like why they're there and how, and like how long,
Yeah.
and I think that was great for like character work because we went down the list of each of the main characters that is there before Chloe and their pre existing bonds and why they're there and whatnot, and then Chloe's interactions with them. And then also, do you want to talk about the new girl?
The pigeon.
Yeah, who
Yeah.
shows up the same day as her and stuff. So then
Yeah.
also, like, the conflicts of, you know, her joining and stuff.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of. I don't want to get too into it because
Mm-hmm.
I want you
Go
guys to
read it.
read the
Go read
comic
it. Uh huh.
when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really excited about it, and I think I've been in like. I think with certain projects, I have such like a strong like emotional like association with each one.
Mm-hmm.
So if like for salt lines, it's like very difficult for me to work on because there's a
Yeah.
lot of like really traumatic things
Mm-hmm.
that happen in that story,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very like emotionally like taxing.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to work on. I have to be in a
Mm-hmm.
certain headspace to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the same way about this project because I am in an era of my life where, or like a season of my life where I'm
Mm-hmm.
really valuing happiness and friendship and
Yeah.
healing and like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this project is interesting to work on because Chloe is like pretty similar to me, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And like she goes into the residential program like very against the idea. Like she is
Kind of resistant.
resistant to it. Yeah, like she doesn't want any part of it. And then eventually she opens up and is able to like accept the program for what it is and gain experience and skills and all kinds of stuff that she needs for the real world.
Yeah. God, they're just already so compelling. Like, it's hard to not like yap people's ear off about it right now because I know that we can't say too much. But just know that this is a very fun project for like character interaction, I feel like you are going all in on their relationships, and it is just so like seeing the way that these characters flourish is really inspiring, and they're not even born yet. Like the comic isn't out yet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like it's been so fun because it's not even, it's your project, you know. But it's been inspiring like just to see you do it and
Well,
like
I
talk to
think
you about it.
I was also going to bring up I think it's really important when you're a creative to be surrounded by other creatives because genuinely, I don't think I would have gotten as far as I have on any of my projects if I didn't have Dexter to bounce ideas off of
Dude,
and like
same.
spitball and
Yeah.
brainstorm and everything. And so I think that's a really important thing for every creative to have like people who inspire them in
Yeah.
their everyday life.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was trying to word it that way in the last episode because I was like, it can be so inspiring to you as a creator to just be surrounded by fellow people who are so inspiring. It's like motivating and amazing. And genuinely, none of my projects would have gotten this far either without Marlowe. Like, it is crazy the power of going in the woods and just talking about a thing.
Yeah.
It is so fucking nuts.
And a lot of like, I know I was like, for example, like I know I was pretty influential in a lot of like the choices for Forever Heaven.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna get into it because
well, I actually wanted to talk about Forever Heaven in a minute because it's something you mentioned earlier. But you were saying
because like I know like me and Dexter were trying to brainstorm this one scene and like I don't want to get into it, but I was like, what if you included this element from my childhood?
Yeah.
You know, and then Dexter, that became like a very important symbol.
The honeysuckle?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, the honeysuckle was on my wall. I actually, I didn't get into it there, but I posted on my personal channel, talking about like the murals that I painted, on the basement wall, during this March, because I got really into painting again in March. I think it was March. But like, there's a bunch of honeysuckle in that because now it is literally a symbol of like the Forever Heaven like motifs that I want. And it was literally, I would never have thought of that because I didn't have that childhood experience of like associating honeysuckle. And anyway,
Dexter has been so influential to a lot of my decisions and my projects because I think the way that I work, I have to kind of think out loud and like bounce ideas off of a person.
You rubber ducky.
Yeah. And like literally they can just be a brick wall. So sometimes then I can like it's helpful to actually say what I want to say or what I'm thinking out loud, even if like what the other person is saying is not necessarily what I want to do.
Well, that's so awesome because like literally I love doing that because I was just about to say my favorite thing is whenever you will come to me with like, I need to rubber ducky this thing, help me make a choice, and you present two options, and then I know that you clearly want the other option, and I'm like, hey, this is my 2 cents. Personally, I kind of prefer the one that I prefer, which will sometimes not be the one that you prefer. And then you're like, you make a little face and you're like, you know, yeah, you make a little stink face, and I'm like, I think you want the other one. Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, I do want the other one. And like, we have to do this all the time because that's just how it goes. Because like, what is it? We were literally, this happened with like your Beatles guys or something. No, it was the trailer park, I think, where we were talking, and I was like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this type of character? And you were like, I think you want to do that type of character. I was like, wait, I do. You're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also like good exposure to like being like turned down.
Oh my god, yeah,
and stuff because
I'm not gonna get too into it. However, we have been friends with people in the past where it was a bit hard to be doing our creative processes in the same room as them, because when me and Marlowe are working on a project, we know that part of the process is no, because the point of saying no to certain ideas is you don't want it in there, and that reinforces what you do want. And so it's important to, like, when I go to Marlowe, and I realize, like, oh, actually I don't want to do that idea, that is still a win, because it's like, wait, I just realized I don't want to do that, I want to do more of this other thing. So it is important to reinforce those things when you're working on projects. And we have had a lot of problems in the past where it can be a very hard conversation to have sometimes, to be like, hey, I'm not trying to shoot you down, however, some ideas are not meant for certain projects, and that does help refine it. Like, that is a good thing to do, and it's not like an insult, you know what I mean?
It's not a personal thing
No,
at
because
all.
that's the point, is like, whenever you say no to a thing, that is actually helping, and I think that is very important for people to realize.
And also, sometimes you have an idea,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're talking to a buddy about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, oh, actually, now that I say that out loud, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't sound so good.
Yeah, well, dude, Forever Heaven was going to end so differently, and also it was going to be so many different stories. Phyllis didn't exist for like the first, God, I don't even know how long.
Like
It was a
couple of
year.
years, yeah.
Yeah, it was at least a year, because like I was like, I can't do a love interest for this. That's I can't do that. And well, I genuinely, it would be a different
Sometimes you need
story.
a love interest. And I think it really works for Forever Heaven.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say also, well, do you have more stuff before I switch topic? Okay. I was gonna circle around to whenever you were talking earlier about, like, it can be so overwhelming seeing all these furry species for like a project like that, and being like, oh my gosh, what do I pick? When I was working on Forever Heaven, like, hearing you talk about this made me realize that part of my fun with Forever Heaven was that project needed, like, because it's a furry project, they needed characters from like all over everywhere, because the point of this is that all of these people are so different, they're in such different places in their lives, and the only reason that they are brought together is because Sydney has taken advantage of them when they are in a vulnerable state, without shelter, without a safe place to go, and so he offers them lodging, and then they stay there. But the point is, I wanted people all walks of life to be there. I wanted people from all walks of life to be there. And so I had a lot of fun making my main characters like a stoat and a zebra and a honey badger, because it's like, why the fuck are they hanging out? And it's like, the only reason that they are all there is just, it's this misery that has brought them together. And so you talking about that earlier, like how you wanted to limit it to the shelter like animals because of the shelter vibe. I was like, oh, that's why I had so much fun doing all sorts of animals from Forever Heaven, because they're all so different. Like, you wouldn't even think to see these animals in the same room. And yet, unfortunately, here they all are in this fuck ass commune. And I was like, huh, I don't know. Cause like, you have changed my perspective on a lot of like my furry story processes, because you just have like so many new perspectives that I have never even considered. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is why it's so important to surround yourself with creative people. Cause I'm like, whoa, the idea of limiting it to just shelter animals is like so, oh my God, you can do anything. It's so fucking awesome. Cause I'm like, I really like the idea of like, you've also done some projects where you do like just cat and dog and stuff like that. And it's just so cool, because I never even considered limiting the species. Ever.
Yeah.
I never even knew that was an option. And now a whole new world has opened for me, because I'm like, oh my God, you can do that.
I really like limiting species
It's so
because,
cool.
like, I
You
am
create a
very,
vibe.
yeah,
You really curate something.
thank you.
Yeah.
I am very indecisive, and so it's really hard for me to pick out like species and stuff. And I like them to all have like some kind of like common ground.
Mm.
And I mentioned the chicken thing earlier because we were
Mm-hmm.
like spitballing ideas for
Mm-hmm.
like some side characters and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And uh Dexter was like,
Mm-hmm.
what about a chicken? And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, no, I don't want to do a chicken.
And that helped you realize no barn animals.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's so important, because that helped us make progress on the story.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Dexter was like, wait, why don't you want to do chickens?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I don't really want to do barn animals, because
Mm-hmm.
if I feel like if I introduce chickens, and there's gonna be like
Goats
cows,
and sheep and like all that,
and
like
then that's too
horses. That's
many
a whole thing.
options. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, it's so interesting because also initially you had a very forest animal vibe. You had a possum, you had a deer, you had a bear.
Hmm.
And I just like, it's so interesting because this is an entirely different vibe now. And I think it is much more what you want it to be.
I'm
It
much
feels,
happier
yeah.
with it. Like it feels like a
Mm-hmm.
giant weight has been lifted off of
Yeah.
my shoulders, like genuinely, because I
Mm-hmm.
was really stressed about it. And
Yeah.
like when I
And
talked
it
about
prevented you
it,
from working on it because you were so stressed about it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when I talked about it a couple weeks ago, I think, I was like, I feel like I want to change the species for some of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were like, well, don't do that. And I was like, no, but I feel like I want to. And I had to sit on it and like
Uh-huh.
stew for a bit and think
Mm-hmm.
about it.
And it happened.
And then I realized I do want to limit the species.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've like really like chiseled out like what I want the story to be
Yeah.
because of that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's hard whenever like you really want to work on a story, but you can't put your finger on like what is preventing you, like what roadblock is preventing you. And I'm really glad that you found it
Yeah, me
because it can be
too.
scary.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing is like your ability to like find these things in your projects and then just fix it and move is like getting better and better every day. Like you have been crushing this shit because I know like in the past it can be really easy to like push aside an entire project and just like not even go back to it ever. However, Eclipse's Carnalus, you fucking brute force that shit. You were like, we are not doing the fucking Oregon Trail. And it worked because
Okay. So should I give context on that?
if you want to, yeah. I miss
So
Eclipse's Carnalus so bad.
Eclipse's Carnalus is inspired by like cheesy young adult like
Mm-hmm.
vampire romance novels, like the
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Diaries and Twilight and like
Yep.
all that stuff.
Yup, yup,
And
yup. Classic.
the main character is a vampire hunter, and she falls in love with a vampire after being
Mm-hmm.
like uh conditioned to hate vampires all of her life.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's a great story, but when I
Mm-hmm.
was first figuring it out, I was really,
Unrecognizable from now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was really fixated on the idea of like drinking blood as a form of cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about cannibalism, which made me think of like, different stories that I've heard about cannibalism. And one of them was, of course, the Oregon Trail.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like have like a whole different story really about the Oregon Trail. What?
Are there pilgrim ass drawings of Everett somewhere, or am I making that up?
There might be.
Like her old life, like but the old reincarnation when you were doing
There
that on
might
the
be. I
Oregon
have no
Trail.
idea where they are now.
Cause I'm like, I just remembered like her in like a little like pilgrim bonnet or something. Like it might have been her. What was the wife that was going to be reincarnated as Everett?
I
Do you
don't
remember
even
her
fucking
name?
remember.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
been so long, but I'm like, dude, it is like an unrecognizably different story. You
Yeah.
know,
And
you just
like I
kept at it
feel
though.
a lot better about it now
Mm-hmm.
because it like Sonny the vampire that Everett falls in love with,
Mm-hmm.
um he was originally going to be like a 200, 300-year old vampire at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really could get behind that idea,
Mm-hmm.
but there was, I was feeling pressured to like make
Mm-hmm.
him older,
Mm-hmm.
and I finally decided no, I want him to be like a modern vampire, like he's
Mm-hmm.
just been turned.
He's figuring it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like
He's new here.
um and I when I look back on any of my previous projects or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it's weird to like see like the evolution of like how it came to be,
Dude,
because
yeah.
it's a lot of like just chiseling and
Mhm.
refining.
Well, and it's weird, right? Because like you never know what things are going to just like unexpectedly inspire and entirely change like what you're working on because I feel like with a lot of your projects, if you look at like the vibe of them and then you look at where you were when you were making them, it's like, oh yeah, this was definitely like a period of time that you were making this. Like thinking about like the origins of salt lines and how it came to be, thinking about the origins of Ecliptus Carnus and how it came to be, it makes sense that like, it lines up. You can tell that you made these during certain phases of your life, and it's just so cool the way that like all these things came together and you've done what you've done with them.
Yeah.
Because like initially, well, sorry, did you have more to say? Okay. Initially, Forever Heaven was there was never going to be a commune. There was never going to be a cult leader. There was never going to be a man, period. Oh my God, Sydney used to be a woman. My cult leader, back in the day, I tried really hard. I, for some reason, was really obsessed with the idea of Sydney being a woman instead, but that fell through because the thing is, the story, I'm not going to get into it. Point is, it used to just be Emily, the main character, and her mother, Patsy, in their hotel room. And we never left the confines of that room because I wanted it to feel very claustrophobic. And it was just an entirely different story back then. And now you don't even see her mother, Patsy, like ever. Like she shows up a little bit in the first two chapters, and then, she'll come back every now and then. But like, it's just so strange because the things that end up inspiring you are so like you never see it coming, you know? Like the Romanov shit. You got really, really, really into Romanov stuff when you were working on Eclipses Cardinalis for a bit back in the day.
This is true.
Yeah, when you were doing the Oregon Trail stuff, you were also like studying the fuck out of the Romanovs.
Which ended up inspiring a different story of mine.
Exactly.
So,
And that's
sometimes you have an idea for something and you're like, it doesn't quite fit here. And that's when you need to like mitosis them.
Exactly. Yeah. So hard pivot. Whenever we were on the way to, we listened to a bunch of Tyler the Creator and Steve Lacy and Brockhampton because that's what was on Kaya's playlist. And I was like, that's right. I fucking love music. Forgot about that because I was so depressed. And the depression fog that I get in June is kind of lifting a little bit. And so I just really indulged in like revisiting my own old playlist last night. I was revisiting ones that I made in like 2023 mainly. And there was a lot of, Steve Lacy, Tyler, Brockhampton, whatnot. But there was also a lot of like Earl Sweatshirt, and there was a lot of like Childish Gambino and JPEG Mafia, MF Doom. And I was like feeling so inspired listening to this music because I used to create while listening to these playlists a lot. And so I put that on while I painted my deer. And it felt so good to just like revisit all of these amazing songs and like the worlds that these people have built in their albums. And it can feel so good to just consume. It's important to consume as much as you create. Did you have thoughts on that, or do you want me to keep going?
I think I'm in like a point where I don't really like music right now.
Yeah, because I think that your main thing has been TV.
Yeah.
And for a while, I was only able to like look at like TV, like sitcoms, because I was watching 6 Feet Under. I don't know when I can do that again. And if I'm being honest, it is starting to really piss me off. And I cannot believe that there are, 6 seasons? And I'm like halfway into it and I'm already getting really fucking mad because I don't know. It's a little hard to watch sometimes. Like whenever we were all watching, we had a girls' night and we were watching Sex and the City, and we were only able to watch one episode because it pissed all of us off so bad because it was too real. It was too real. It was not escapism enough. And I think that for the entirety of June, I was kind of only able to consume light, fun things because otherwise I was going to go like berserk. Like I was going to lose it.
Yeah.
And it felt good to just feel good because Schitt's Creek is such a hopeful show.
Yeah.
And we have been watching the hell out of Schitt's Creek. Like we are, well, rewatching. I think I initially like left off of watching Schitt's Creek around season 4 because I was moving whenever it was airing, and so I didn't really get to see it. And so I just kind of stopped watching. But we're about back at that point now, and it has been just so cool. Like literally I crying like every fucking episode. Oh my God.
True.
It's true. Like literally just tears streaming down our faces. And like I don't know. I've also been into I've been meaning to I'm so sorry to say this, but I have been meaning to rewatch The Mick, Nobody Kill Me, and also I've been rewatching Fresh Off the Boat, which I haven't finished yet. Either the show or the memoir because I did start reading Eddie Huang's memoir, And holy fucking shit. Just amazing. Like his writing style is so vibrant and like it's flavorful. It's very inspiring. And so I've been really into reading again lately too. I've been trying to cheese pill myself a day at a time into like actually finishing books. Cause I had a good streak for a while where I was just knocking out stuff. I got really into Dorian Gray to the point where I kind of procrastinated finishing it. I read Frankenstein earlier this year or the tail end of last year, but I kind of slowed down for a bit. I know you were trying to get back into reading as well.
Yeah, I would like to. I think this week has just been kind of tough on me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I've had like a little dip in
Yeah.
my mood.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like a depression, I would
Mm-hmm.
say,
But you
but
need a
I'm just
breather.
feeling not that great. Like I
Yeah.
don't feel horrible.
But you need to recharge.
Yeah.
Like low battery.
I don't know if I would say low battery. I just mean more like
Mm-hmm.
I feel a little sad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you, got you, got you.
Yeah.
You need a
Okay.
healing.
You need a healing.
Yeah, I need
There
a
needs to be
healing.
a healing, and there will be a healing. Fuck, we had to explain there was a healing. I'm gonna have to put images on screen because I like to do this thing where I look at really niche Instagram posts because I'm really awesome and cool and funny. And then I'll quote them to everybody, and everyone looks at me like I'm insane. I'm like, you guys haven't seen There Was a Healing? And everyone's like, what the fuck are you saying?
But yeah, I don't know. I think I've just been kind of sad this week. I've been dealing with some mental health things, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna have to switch therapists and psychiatrists and
Yeah.
everything. And like, it sucks because I've been with these people for like 3 or 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like having to get to know someone new.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of a necessary evil at this point because
Yeah. Well, it's
I
like
need,
seasons of your life kind of thing.
yeah, I need
Yeah.
care that's more suited to my needs right
Mm-hmm.
now.
And that, the care that you are currently getting that is going to switch soon. I think that the care that you had been getting, it helped for that time.
Yeah,
The time is up now.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. So I think it's good to, have a fresh start with stuff like that.
Yeah,
So good on you. Yeah, it's been a long fucking week though, because also you've been busy with like making so many appointments and like fixing all this mess that has been going on. But also you've been fun maxing. So you've been burning the
trying
candle at both
to.
ends a little bit.
Yeah,
You've been doing a lot. You've been doing a lot with work. You've been doing a lot with your personal life. You've been doing a lot with like having fun and friendship and whatnot. So there's just a lot of stuff that you have been feeling, I feel like. And I think that it can be hard to like create sometimes whenever there's just so much happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm also like at a point in my life where I don't have like a hyperfixation. And when I don't have
God.
a hyperfixation, my
It's
life
fucked.
falls apart.
As it
And
does, yeah.
usually when I get hyperfixated on something, it's usually my own stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes every once in a while, I'll like get really into a fandom,
Like Spider-Man or
like
something.
Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, point to the Spider-Man bag. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on screen actually.
Yeah, I love my Spider-Man Eat a Bag.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's so fucking awesome. And see the power of a hyperfixation. Because
Yeah,
God
that
fucking,
got
that
me
got
through
you through top
February.
surgery.
Yeah,
They got what?
February.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It got you through that shit. Well, yeah, because like it can be. Oh my God, it's so fucking torturous though. Like in between of not having like a hyperfixation, but then getting too consumed by the hyperfixation because it's a fucking hyperfixation.
I'm trying to like manifest a hyperfixation onto my shelter story.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if I mentioned. I think the name that I'm gonna go for the comic is Shelter from the Storm because
Mhm.
of like like the storm of like mental health problems
Yeah.
and like substance use and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's quite literally a shelter.
Yeah.
So I
It
think
should be
that's
stormy first day.
Ooh, it totally should
Ooh,
be, yeah.
Okay, and write that down. Actually, I do have to take a note of that.
And you make the intro card out of clouds.
Yes, that would be so
Ooh.
cute.
OMG.
Yeah, I could do a lot of really fun motifs with it. I haven't even like
Mhm.
picked out where it takes place, but maybe it takes
Oh,
place
yeah.
in like a rainy, gloomy town. Huh? Oregon? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I just realized
I don't
that
think
the-
I have something in Oregon right now.
Exactly. Yeah, well, 'cause I just realized the viewers couldn't tell that I mouthed Oregon to you because we're not a video podcast yet.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Anyways, I mouthed Oregon to him. But about Eclipse's Cardinal is changing. It used to be
It used to be mainly in Oregon,
Uh-huh.
but
It's
now it's
crazy.
in Massachusetts.
And it's crazy, like, the changes like that. Like, when you change it to Massachusetts, you were like, oh, it makes sense. Eureka. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to throw that fucking picture on screen. God damn
Oh
it.
my
People are gonna
god.
think that I don't know Eureka.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
It's a meme.
This is ruining my life. Niche Instagram
Yeah.
pictures. I don't even have. I don't have Instagram on my phone. I can't access it. My phone
I've
is
been like
fucked.
steadily sending you Instagram posts. I don't
I
know if
can't.
you've seen
I
any of
literally
them.
can't. What were we talking? We might have to horse Winnie. We were talking about your Oregon. It used to be in Oregon. Yeah. And I need to. Oh, and but see how fun it is to be surrounded by creatives, because like the suggestion to make it like Stormy, and then look at us buzzing.
Yeah.
You know, it's so fun. Like, it's so important to surround yourself with creative people. Because I need to take a note. Intro card clouds, Stormy on the first day, Oregon question mark?
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to be inspired when you are around inspiring people.
I also forced Dexter to take notes for me because I don't like to take notes.
No, I choose to, and I insist, because I think I really like being a little like
I
secretary
master
adjacent
manipulate you to take my
right,
notes for
because
me.
I've never taken notes. Show all my madman scientist shit on screen, you know?
Yeah, we have a Discord server that is
yeah.
just me and Dexter, and we
And
have
it's
like
just me taking notes.
a channel for like every one of our projects and stuff, and like
And they're
I will
separated by
just make
categories.
Dexter like send notes in there.
You say make, but like you never tell me to take a note. I just start writing things down. Like,
Okay,
you
true.
never ever
Because
say
I don't
write
like
this
to
down.
write things down.
I love it. I love typing. I love writing. And so I wanted to do captions. I wanted to transcribe things, you know?
I don't like to write things down, and I always get into hot water because of it, because I don't remember anything that I've said about my stories or like.
And so I just started writing it down without you asking me to one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing this anytime he says something, because also I love writing. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, because that's why I brought up like the Madman Scientist journals that I have, because I will just sit and like scribble all fucking day and just write and write and write.
Yeah. I've been getting better at like using notebooks and stuff, but I don't know. I think the way that I work, I have to have like notes. Like, some of them are written down like in a notebook, some of them are in my Discord server, some of them are
scattered.
just in my brain,
Exactly.
which is a highly unreliable machine.
But that's the thing, is like there's levels to where each one goes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like if it's in Discord, that's like the most up-to-date solid thing.
Well, and also like there's like the information, sometimes it requires being in like Obsidian and also Discord and also in your head and also several physical notebooks. Sometimes it requires just being in Obsidian. Sometimes it's just in the Discord server. And then sometimes you'll just know things in your head so solidly you never need to write them down. Like, I don't need to write down that Emily is a stoat. I'm never going to forget that. I don't need to write down certain things about certain scenes, because I know that they are major events that happen.
Also, hashtag not spawns. But if you are a creative and you're somehow not on Obsidian,
oh my god,
get on it,
please. Yeah,
right now.
Holy shit.
There's a ton of like really awesome like tutorials on how to use it on YouTube, but you also don't really, you can just play around. I've never watched figure it out. Yeah,
literally Marlowe recommended Obsidian to me like forever ago, and then I like just went in there, and I've never watched a how-to or like a anything. I'm gonna put one of my insane webs on screen.
I think I remember when you started using Obsidian, because you were having a lot of really hard time like trying to like figure out like a program or a website or something to make a family tree. And I was
literally
like,
couldn't find anything,
bro, just open you Obsidian, because I had made Dexter install it. I like watched him install it, and I was like, use it.
Yeah.
And then now all of your family trees are in Obsidian and your relationship charts.
Yeah, because like that's the thing, is like it is so indecipherable to, I think, anyone who is not me.
But it's only supposed to be decipherable to you.
Because like Obsidian, like it is such a highly personalizable like place. And like that's like, I love how hyper specific you can get with things, because genuinely nothing else was going to be able to provide the things that I need from Obsidian except for Obsidian.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
My god.
And like I used to use another client, that I will not give the name of because I do not stand by anything that they've done since I
Yeah.
stopped using it.
Uh-huh.
And I've been slowly making the switch to Obsidian, and I think it's just great. There's a lot of great like plugins that you can use to like there's one called Longform that's basically like it turns Obsidian into like Scrivener, which if you aren't familiar with Scrivener, it's like a writing software. It's a word processor, like Microsoft Word, but like way better. I don't have $40 a year to use Scrivener, and so long form on Obsidian helps me a lot because I'm also really particular about where I write because I cannot write in Google Docs. I hate it. I hate Google Docs so much. Why is it 2026 and they still don't have a dark mode?
Oh, you
Go
really?
die. Yeah.
That's fucked. I
Yeah.
literally, it's so funny every time that we like talk about our different like writing things. Well, first off, also to finish the Obsidian thing, or unless you had more about Obsidian.
No.
Okay, but I was gonna say real quick, I don't even have any plugins for Obsidian, and it is such a fucking useful thing just as like a base how it is. But it's so
Yeah,
easy
it's
to do
great
the
on
plugins
its
I hear.
own, yeah.
Yeah, whenever I write, I just open Notepad, like
That's
Word.
insane to me.
That's where Forever Heaven. I have my draft. I have the current up to date. I have all my notes about writing it, and it is literally just I open a Notepad document and type, and I can't do it any other
You're
way.
really brave.
Well, thank you, but that's like how I did it as like a child, because that's why I learned to draw digitally on MS Paint, and Marlowe has scruffed me 1,000 times. He bought me a nice art program one year.
Shout out to Clip Studio.
Yes, and like that was the nicest program that I have ever used because I am an MS Paint guy and also like a horribly old, outdated version of Paint Tool Sai that is from like, yeah, I don't know.
Isn't it like from like 2012 or something?
It's old as shit. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Marlowe will scruff me and he's like, "Here's nice things," and I'm like, "No, I like my trash. I like my fucking trash." But you know, it's just interesting the way that our like apps that we use and whatnot are so different, and like our art supplies and stuff like that. Because like you like some bougie stuff sometimes, and that's
I
not.
do.
Then there's
I'm
nothing
pretty,
wrong
like,
with that. But
picky
like,
and choosy with
but it's
my
cool.
stuff.
It's cool though because then I get to use your cool stuff sometimes. But like, I need just like trash materials, and I'm saying that in a loving way. Like, I can't be taken away from just like the cheapest whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know. I never even like considered like really quality of art materials until you came into my life, I think. And I
That's
was
crazy.
like, damn, yeah, I just didn't care because I
That's
only
awesome.
well, I grew up with just getting like printer paper and like notebooks and stuff, like lined notebooks and shit.
I don't know when I started caring about the quality of art supplies. I think I just noticed like when I used cheaper materials, like the paper would just fall apart.
Yeah, well, because you like to like mix media and layer and shit like that. I didn't have supplies to layer, and so I think I just never really got into it like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I think I also
I'm
only
branching out as an
had
adult though.
like art supplies as a kid because my friends from art school would like give me their supplies that they didn't want. And
Oh,
I
hell
was
yeah.
like, I'll take them.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing is like I think as an adult, like, and this is why it's important to like be surrounded by like people with different life experiences and shit like that because I have never even considered nice art supplies until you came into my life. And then the whole thing about your cheap notebook and how it's so much less scary to use notebooks now because you get cheap ones. And you were like, "Oh yeah, if I just don't care about like messing it up, then I'll just do it."
Yeah.
And that's crazy that that was not a perspective to me that you had before. Cause
yeah, I don't I don't really know how that formulated in my brain, but it was there.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
Slowly unraveling it.
But like I'm really glad that like I was able to help with that a little bit. At least I think.
I think you did help me.
Yeah. Okay. Because yeah, I know you mentioned that like the $5 or whatever like H Mart one was just. I'm so sad that thing got fucking Dr Pepper on it.
I think it was it Dr Pepper or was it coffee?
Was it coffee? I thought it was Dr Pepper.
I think it was Dr Pepper.
Oh. Yeah, but that was a bummer. But you know, and you still prevail anyways. You persevere. You still make stuff anyways.
I got an.
Get back up.
I'm using my notebook that they gave me in inpatient
Baller.
right now as my main notebook,
Hell yeah.
and it's pretty fun.
Mm.
And although I haven't been using it really that much as of late because I'm not in group anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think being at home more is kind of interesting because, like, I think I'm finding that I have a lot less motivation to do things
Mm-hmm.
because I'm just
Is
here.
it the lack of structure and like
Yeah.
yeah, because that's the thing is like routine can be really important. And I think that, when as you acclimate to just being here, hopefully you'll be able to build a bit more like routine and structure and stuff. Also,
Yeah.
do we want to wrap up in a second? Because I can close with a story if you would like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, well, do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't.
It's a really short story. The last time that I was inpatient, like fully inpatient, I shot up at I think 6 a.m. on the dot because they had a big ass clock in front of my bed. But I shot up at 6 a.m. like without them waking me up one time, and I ran over in like a cold sweat to my like psych ward notebook because I had a ridiculously vivid dream because I was like trialing a bunch of different sleep meds and stuff, and I had a crazy vivid dream where I was out of the psych ward and I made a post complaining about Dean Winchester in great detail that got 0 notes, 0 reblogs, 0 likes, like anything. But there was a ridiculously beautiful like picture of a horse running through a field underneath the complaints. And I just remember posting this. And so I ran over to the bed and then I drew that in my psych ward notebook, how the Tumblr post was. And so I was writing Tumblr posts to put on Tumblr while I was in the psych ward. And I think that was a great use of my time.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I think, are we good to call it then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. See ya. If we start talking about Panic at the Disco in the preamble, that's just going to be the whole everything.
We should have a special episode where we just talk about our opinions on emo music.
We're going to release this when we're already popular and people can't hate us. Like,
Yeah.
it's too late. Like, the sunk
Yeah,
cost
we've already
fallacy.
brainwashed
Yeah,
our fandom.
And so when we start saying insane things, they'll be like, fine, they'll get a pass for their weird emo opinions, I guess.
It's not weird, I'm correct.
Well, yes, but to society.
Okay,
Society-
well, society can suck my left nut and my right nut.
And gargle them?
Yep. Swirl them around.
Swirl them. All right, are we good to go?
Yep. My own brother canceled me. Yeah.
I would never cancel. We'd get canceled together.
Oh, okay. We're going down in this ship together.
Hand in unlovable hand, and I hope you die.
Not like that, though.
No, not like that, but can you sing it with me?
Okay.
Hand
In
in
an
unlovable
unlovable
hand,
hand.
and I hope you die.
I hope
we both die. Welcome to the toy box. Fuck. I for some reason thought you were gonna say your name first.
I don't do that.
We can't ever do a live show because I'll be like, hey guys, can I bring on a special secret prop that I'm not gonna tell anybody about? And then if I start getting nervous, I'm gonna reach for the prop on the live show and myself in the mouth. But it'll be unforgettable.